When we deal with images, there are three different representations that we want to see them in. First, as a file. Second, as a matrix of numbers. And third, of course, as an image, on-screen image. We have learned about the file to matrix conversion, and that uses the function read_jpeg in the JPEG package of R. Now the matrix to file conversion is also doable by the same package using the write_jpeg function. Now the standard image processing procedure is to load an existing image, convert it to numbers, and then process the numbers and finally produce an image out of the processed numbers. So we need a matrix to image conversion. Now file to image conversion can be done by any image viewing software like Paint or even a browser. Just drag and drop the image onto a browser and you can see it. So if you want to go from matrix to this, you might do so via file creation. Save the image as a file from inside R and view it using some browser or something outside R. However, this is rather irritating. R provides a direct way to perform the matrix to on-screen image conversion, as we are going to see next. Okay, we are going to show how to write a file. So what I shall start with is, I will start with x equal to read_jpeg, the same file that I had, test.jpg. So I load it as before. Now I want to do a little bit of modification to it. Say I make the first 15 rows something like gray. So I will make it 0.5. So I will make it gray. So I modified it. And now I want to write it. So I write JPEG X and then a new file, new.jpg. So I create it. Now I will show you what are the files I have. Right now these are the files in my current directory. Test.jpg is what I used and nothing else. So now I go back to this line and hit enter. Now I go back and you can see that this new.jpg has been created, and indeed its top half is made up of a gray block. That is that 0.5. So I can show it just by double clicking. Yes, that is what it should be. Okay. Now let me show how you can view this on screen. So for this I will have to create a raster object out of it. So I will create a raster object, call it y as dot raster of y. Sorry, as of x. That's the raster object. What is a raster object? It is the same thing, again a matrix, but each entry is now converted to a color code. So this is like a color code, like 808080. It's a hexadecimal encoding of the color. So this is for the red part, the green part, and the blue part. Always they're same because it's a gray level image. Now once I have created this y, I can use plot y, and then it will create this thing. Now this is quite blurred. That is because it's a very small image, but it has been blown up with this huge thing. So it has been zoomed into a lot and R has smoothed it out. So this is how you basically view an image. Now I will show you how to work with colored image. So for this I will take a new thing, call it Z, read PNG this time. I have already loaded the libraries, so and the color image is called PNG. So I will show you the image first. So this is the image, just a random colored image, and its size is also 20 by 30. So 20 columns and 30 rows. What I shall do now is to show the dimension. You see the dimension now is 30 by 20 by 3. This 3 because of the 3 color component. So if I look at Z111 or just Z11 comma, there are three numbers. This is the red component, this is the green component, and this is the blue component. So you can see it is primarily green, and that is indeed the case because it is essentially green over here. You can see that the top left hand corner is basically green. If you want, you can convert this. You can also see this on the screen. So you will do as before. You will write plot as dot raster Z, and the picture will show up. So now you see how you can convert a matrix of numbers to an on-screen image.